Yo, what's good? Oh, I've been having a good time. I am on vacation right now, actually. I am in Greece. Me and the lady took a little trip out here. We enjoying ourselves, having a great time. It's actually about 3 in the morning out here right now. I'm still on New York time. It's hard. And me and my lady are kind of night owls anyway. So it's kind of crazy that we're even on here right now. Well, I'm on here. She's minding her business somewhere. But, it's kind of crazy that I'm on here right now. And hey, what's up? I can't see your names, but I appreciate y'all. Say hi to me. I'll try to respond if I can even see the comments because Facebook. Yeah. But understand I'm going to interact with a lot of the comments. So please comment, like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, all of that shit, because this is a very important conversation. And it actually pertains to my travels. I've been to quite a few places. And the one thing that I always see as I travel to these places is I see these different cultures, and these cultures have ancient history from where they came up from. Hey, Sabrina. Um, and I just think about us black people. And I just want to preface this by saying I have nothing against other people or their races or anything. If you've done nothing to hurt me or mine, I don't have no problem with you. But I am going to speak the truth because that's what this is all about. So people will pop in. I'm sure people will pop out. I'm used to that. It is what it is, but I'm going to talk about this because it needs to be said. Black people, we have a serious problem, and I'm not even saying this is our fault. But I'm going to say it's so different when you go to other parts of the world. You'll see people, my lady could tell you, just the way that they treat you. They don't care about, oh, you a black person, da 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 da. If you spending money, they treating you with respect. Because honestly, in a world that's built on capitalism, the only color that really should matter is green. And the problem is that often that's not the way we're treated. We had our lovely president, Joseph Biden, Sleepy Joe. He goes up, and I was watching this interview he did. I'm sure some of y'all probably saw it. And he was talking about reparations. He's supposed to be the president that was VP to Obama. He's down with the black people. This motherfucker had the nerve to say the only way he'd agree to reparations is if the Native Americans got theirs too. And I was like, now, I've never been president before, but I do know for a fact that the Native Americans have been getting reparation checks. Not to say that it's not disgusting what happened to them, because I have Native American blood too. And that part of my ancestry got fucked too by the same people that fucked us. And even they have come along and gotten some kind of reparation or something for the struggles and hardships that they've went through. But where was ours? Understand, the damage that has been done to our community runs so deep, it's sad. I'm a person that's been in many different communities. Yes, I hear you get off Facebook, enjoy your vacation. I'm going to do that. But I wanted to speak on this, and I'm up, I'm wired, and trust me, I've been having a whole lot of fun. And there's still a whole lot of fun to be had, and I'll have some more fun once I get off this podcast. But my whole thing is, you gotta understand, I don't just talk this shit because I like hearing myself talk. I actually care. I am the son of a black woman. I am the father of a young black man. What happens to me, mine, us, and people that look like me is gonna matter. My lady is a black woman. My father, for what he's worth, is a black man. Understand my point. We have not gotten the respect that we deserve. Understand, we have been limited in our perspective for so long. That is disgusting. I can't take it. It is something that needs to stop. It is something that will only stop when we take the initiative to make it happen. And I agree, he did drag his feet signing that anti-lynching bill. Unlike the bill for Asian hate, which I do agree needed to be signed too, it should be a law against hate of any persons. Hating on them just because they're gay, just because they're black, just because they're white, just because they're Asian, whatever. It shouldn't matter what color, creed, sexual practice, religious practice, or whatever it is that you are. The whole call sign of America is about everybody being equal. That's the bill of goods that they sell you. That's what they sell you. But what they selling you ain't what they giving you. And last time I checked, when you did false advertisement, you had the right to sue. But where's the lawsuit? The footage is coming. Where's the lawsuit? I'll tell you where it is. It is in our hands. We have to start making the effort to make these changes happen. And I hate to be the broken record, but it starts with voting. It starts with also taking pride in your communities. It starts with taking pride in yourselves. If your family, if you grew up in a broken home, you make sure to every damn part of your energy that you make sure that your kids don't grow up in one too. You make sure that they get to have a better life than you. We need to start bringing things together. You know what I see? And me and my lady was talking about that. You go to certain communities, by a certain time of night, everything quiet, everything shut down, ain't no movement, nothing. They in their house, their kids asleep, mom and dad is in the crib, in their beds. You go to our community because much like with back in the days of slavery, which we're still slaves, we're just a different type of slave these days. But much of like back in the days when we were in the slave times picking cotton, we are picking up scraps. So even when we get hours at a job, it's fucking scraps. Do you know I am a certified electrician? Do you know how hard these guys look at me when I'm on a construction site? Because I'm sitting there big and black and proud and my head's held up high and I'm walking, I got my whole bag of tools and I actually know what the fuck I'm doing. I was new to the site and the way that I was moving around and working in there, nobody in there believed that I was new to doing the job that I was doing. And I literally just got my certification last year. And let me tell you how many jobs I've done jobs in electrical where they literally did not teach me anything simply because I was black, and they was afraid I was going to be good at it and I was going to fucking take their job. You know how I knew that? I had a guy, Irish dude, cool. He's a cool ass dude. It wasn't his fault. But let me tell you what they did. This dude was a fucking mason, never did electrical in his life. He laid brick for a living, for people that don't know what a mason is. They were teaching him the job that they hired me to do, that they're supposed to be teaching me, which is why I left their raggedy asses and went to another company. Because you ain't gonna sit here and play me for a fucking fool. Just because I'm new to this industry don't mean I'm new to this. But the thing is, that's the kind of shit that we have to put up with. For the simple fact that we always start off with a handicap. If you know anything about golf, you understand what a handicap is. Us in life start off as a handicap. And I'm not one of those that say, oh, the white man holding me down, because I feel like you can find a way to make it one way or the other. But let me tell you something. If anybody deserves any fucking reparations for the profit and benefits that this country has made off of our backs, guess what? It's our motherfucking country that deserves it. It is our people that deserve it. And I say our country because we built this motherfucker more than half of them did. They stood there, sipped lemonade, and watched us work while we was inventing this, while we was inventing that, creating this. And we was doing half that shit just to motherfucking survive. And it just ended up being innovations that they later took, patented, because we didn't have the right to patent anything, and said that they did it. And my point is, and it's a shame that there's not 15, 20, 35, 40 people watching this shit, because it needs to be. You know, all the jokes and ha-ha and he-he's is cool, but the problem is when real conversation comes up, everybody sits down. I'm on vacation. I'm having a great fucking time. I never had this much fun on a vacation before. Just enjoying taking it easy, just seeing the sights. I just go stand out there and just look at God's creation sometimes. And I'm just like, wow, look at this earth we live on. It's so much bigger than black, white, and all this other stuff. Why we gotta be in a country where we aren't even wanted, but they would never want us to leave, because if we did, the whole thing would fall the fuck apart. They'll say, oh, go back to your country. I did. It's called where I'm standing the fuck right now. We might have been forced to migrate here, but just like any other people, we migrated to this motherfucker. Africa might be where our roots are, but guess what? Africa's where everybody's roots are. It just depends on what your genetics are as to what part of Africa you came from. Every single race on Earth, the cradle of civilization is from Africa. Get next to it. Even the scientists have proven it. It's the done conversation. Miss me with it. That's like trying to tell me the world is still fucking flat. Your head is flat. Go suck a dick. Bye. Anyway, like I said, my point is, if you want things to change here, everybody needs to be as passionate. This thing should have a ton of likes, a ton of shares, and it don't have none of that right now. And that, my friends, and most of the people on my page, because I've seen about 15 people pop in and out of here. And they're like, oh, there goes Q talking about something that makes sense again. Let me go stare at my phone and say, oh, let me scroll and see what the next ratchet bitch is doing on her fucking IG right now. That is the problem. You keep falling for this distraction. You keep falling for the distraction. If nothing else proves to you that they like to distract you whenever you open your eyes to something. I'm not going to say what somebody's afraid I'm going to say. I'm going to leave that one alone. But look at what they did with the whole Corona thing. The moment people were starting to pay attention, starting to get active, they start releasing these alleged files on, oh, wow, UFOs have been visiting this Earth. Oh, no shit that there's other life other than just on Earth. Duh. Does anybody have any idea how big the universe is? If you understand how big it is, it's obvious that there's life of other types out somewhere in the universe. I'm not here to say, oh, aliens coming with green, little black eyes and green heads and whatever. I'm not getting into all that. But my point is that The distraction has always been there. Whenever shit gets real, they throw out something to distract you. And that's a problem. Y'all have to be smarter than that. Y'all have to have better attention spans than that. Because I'm gonna promise you right now, this ain't about to be an hour rant that I go on, because I'm not really ranting. It's just stuff that I wanted to share, because I want you people to be aware and start to take the blinders off. I will constantly come and talk about this stuff. I don't give a shit how many of you actually sit here and watch it or not. I'm not trying to make money off of this, because there's a ton of things I can make money off of. As you can see where I am, this shit ain't fucking cheap. Making money ain't my issue. When I did say, oh, well, you need donations for this, that, and the third, that's because time is money. And if I'm taking my time out to do something, it don't hurt to throw $2, $3 in a bucket and say, here, thank you for putting your time and effort and caring about somebody other than yourself. Because honestly, me personally, I'm going to be all right, because I know what time it is out here. But there's a lot of people who don't. And I would like to galvanize a movement of awareness and waking up. Now, fuck all this fake woke shit. I'm talking about people actually waking up, realizing who you are, and what you really stand for. I could sit up here and talk all this relationship shit all you want, but the thing is, at the end of the day, if you don't even know who the fuck you are, how can you be real to somebody else? And that's the real shit. A lot of you don't have a clue. You only sit up here dealing with your little universe. So I'm gonna go run around, kill myself, pay bills, then drop dead, and they move on, throw me in the ground, put somebody else in my place. Life is too precious. That's what this vacation has taught me beyond anything else. Because most vacations, I'm either going to carnival and I'm turning up, I'm drinking and partying, all this other shit, or I'm going and doing a whole bunch of crazy distractions. This one was actually a vacation. I took my time. I sat, just looked at stuff, took some nice pictures, spent time with somebody that I care about, went and seen things, experiencing life. I didn't record as much as I should have. I have a lot of footage, but the thing is, at the end of the day, I'm just taking it in. It's about the memories. It's about having life experiences. If this is something that's on your bucket list, make it your make it happen list. Save up for it. Use a credit card. And, I'm not one to tell people to put themselves in debt for something. But listen, like somebody once told me, you're going to die owing somebody anyway. So you might as well at least enjoy your life while it's here. If all you do is fucking work and then drop dead, why'd you even bother? Because the world's not going to care about you as much as you're going to care about yourself. And that's why I go hard and I talk about these topics. This is why I talk about these things, because these things are extremely important for our lives and our livelihood. And in order for that to be an improvement, what needs to happen here is people need to learn to wake up. This is a wake-up call. I purposefully gave it the title I did because I knew people would be like, oh God, okay, here's a black man talking about being black and da-da-da-da, so I know y'all not going to pull up. I could have put some little trolley title up here to get y'all. Trust me, I know the psychosis of it all. But I'm not here to play that game. Because I don't care if I get 500 people on. As long as I get 5 people that actually take in this information and do something that could change the lives of the person next to them, that changes the lives of the person next to them, that changes the lives of the person next to them, that one-to-one will make all the difference in the universe. And that's what I'm about. And that's what I'm looking to see. I look and I say to myself, this is a community where you'll ask somebody to do something as simple as like your video, and they act like you're asking them to spend money. Lo and behold, you ask them to spend money, then they cry about that. Lo and behold, you say, hey, hit the share button. It's free. They don't do that. Oh, go subscribe. Yeah. And my point is, the reason why I'm talking about that is because I don't want to use nobody else. I want to use myself as the example. When I say we don't even support each other when it's motherfucking free shit coming out. You could be giving out free money and folks will sit there and be like, oh yeah, nah, I don't know. This is the mentality we have to change. I'm not coming to you tonight as a businessman. I'm not coming to you as a person that's looking to gain a follower or whatever from this. I'm coming to you as a black man that sees the situation. Somebody that's been to different places on this planet and seen. You know what's the most beautiful thing? When you go to a country that's predominantly black and you just see your people all over the place doing different things, and it's so dope. Where you're the majority, not the minority. It's dope. It's a great feeling. A lot of you don't even understand what that feels like. I'm here to tell you it feels great. The thing is, though, you don't have to go there to feel great. You can do that shit right here. But it's up to you. You have to be willing to put the Candy Crush down, if that's still a thing. Stop scrolling every 5 minutes and look into some real shit and try to make a difference. Everybody needs to put in their effort. This is me putting my effort in. Even on my vacation, I had this shit sitting on my soul so much. My lady didn't want me to really come on here today because we having a good time. And, you know, sometimes this stuff puts me in the mood. Even though I'm not even in the mood. I'm good because I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I just have a passion for I have a passion to want to share my thoughts and feelings with people and hope that it makes some kind of a difference. It could be naive on my behalf, but I kind of hope that it isn't. It is what, 8:16 in the evening right now for most of you? And I'm on the east coast of New York, or east coast of the United States. It's 8:17. If I didn't think this was important to say, do you think I'd be sitting up here at 3:17 in the morning talking to y'all? I mean, do you really? I literally have a pool right behind me. I'm sitting there talking to y'all. That's how important this is to me, because this isn't something I live this shit. I don't just breathe this shit. When it was time to march, I took my ass out there and I marched in a few places myself. I didn't go everywhere because, of course, I had things I had to take care of. Nor did I have the energy to actually be out there all them times. And the young kids was holding it down. But the thing is, we have to take pride in ourselves. It doesn't matter who you vote for. They're not going to do it for you. You have to take the position and grab the reins yourself to make the difference. You have to be willing to get out there, be active. They take your finances and use them to do everything but help out your communities because you sit back and you allow it to happen. If you go and sit back and allow these people to jukes you for your money, why you act so cheap with it when somebody asking to do something positive with it? Because a lot of you, that's what you're doing. Every time you sit back, you see somebody like me, because you don't have to even listen to me. Go turn to somebody else, they'll say the same shit. And you're listening to them talking, and you'll just be scroll on like, whatever. But then you'll go and you'll sit on this and say, oh, this is funny. Look, this guy is falling off of a chair. And oh, look at him, pasa time. He jumping off the top turnbuckle and landing between our legs. It's hilarious. It's amazing. Oh, shit. What is that? It's called fluff. It's distraction. Of course, I like to laugh. I look at funny stuff. Me and my lady share funny shit all the time. It's not an issue. There's nothing wrong with having a good time, but the thing is, you gotta also be aware of what's going on around you. How do you let people take your tax dollars? I'm sure some of you that work for yourselves, if you have a business, you know all about paying taxes. So you pay tax money, your money. If you pay somebody for something, you expect them to do the job that you're paying them to do. And your black ass is not paying them to sit there, go out on dates with chicks 15, 20, 30 years younger than them, have scandals and affairs and carry on, so, and all types of other things. That's not what you're there to do. That is not what you pay them to do. But that's what you allow them to do. Because you sit back and, much like when a person's in trouble, instead of dialing 911, you're too busy with the damn phone in your hand like this, either recording or not even knowing what's going on. Damn near a bomb blow up near you, won't even notice because you're so busy distracted by something else. This is the problem. And this is the problem with society. This ain't about being a Democrat or Republican. All that shit's bullshit. All of it's got balls deep in racism. Being an independent is probably what all us black folks should be, because we ain't making a decision until you show us your agenda matches ours. And if you don't follow up with what we expected you to do, guess what? We're going to hold you accountable. And if you don't do the job and we hold you accountable, don't think you're going to just get to sit there and collect the check. You're going to get motherfucking fired. I recently changed my status from prior election to independent. I used to be a Democrat. I believed in the whole Democrat thing and rah, 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 the whole Obama thing is all cool. But let me tell you something. I don't care who runs for office. I don't care if it's a president, congressman, alderman, mayor, governor, senator, whatever, congressman. I am independent. We, as a black people, are independent. We not sitting there on one of your sides. Y'all might say there's only two choices. Well, guess what? The creators of this country have just said there's a third choice. And if all of us stick to this, guess what's going to happen? It's no longer going to be a two-choice system. We were the reason the vote swung the way it did. We can make the difference in every single community. We are everywhere. We are not as much of a minority as you may think. And we control enough of the voting centers in strong electoral places. If we take a strong stand, they're going to feel the pressure. They need us. And there's a lot of people that are aligned with us that are not of us. A lot of people. So we start swinging that way, they're going to feel the burn. But it is up to you to pay attention. I don't want that to happen in the future, though. That needs to happen yesterday. What you need to do is go on a little website, voterswhatever.com, whatever state you're in, and look for the voter registration site and look for modifying your registration, and you can change yourself from right online. You don't even got to go into no office because, thanks to COVID, a lot of things are now online automated, and you could change your registration card, update it with location and all that stuff, and say, listen, I'm registering as independent. First of all, if you're paying taxes and you're not registered to vote, you're just fucking stupid. I'm sorry. If you think voting's bullshit, okay. I won't say you're stupid for that, but I will say you like giving away your money, come bring it this way. Because I'll be happy to take it. At least I'll do something better with it than the people you giving it away to. But all that aside, my point is, Get your asses. You don't even have to do much. I know humans are lazy creatures. And let me tell you, you want to put in the effort to do this. And for all of those that think none of that matters, take a look at your gas prices. Take a look at the fact that electrical car technology is just now starting to get the respect that it deserves. That technology's been out for the longest. And the only reason it's getting this respect now is because now gas prices are up high. I'll tell you a little secret. They're not going down too much anytime soon. If they do, I'd be highly surprised. We are about 2 seconds away from having our own recession. And it's going to hurt and it's going to suck. And let me tell you who's not going to be hurt. Big business ain't going to hurt from it. The banks are going to benefit from it because a lot of y'all are going to go into debt because of the motherfucking recession, which means now they can jack up your interest rates. So when you get approved for something, instead of getting it at 2.5%, you might be getting it at 14, 15%. Now they making money off of you. Because credit companies don't like people with good credit because good credit people, they can't kill with the interest rate. See how all this shit ties together? I know it takes thinking and time and, oh, I don't want to do that. I just want to look at funny videos on TikTok and laugh. Are you laughing when you can barely afford to put food in your fridge? Are you laughing when you get passed up for a promotion just because your complexion is darker than the other person's complexion, even though you were a better match for the job? Are you laughing when somebody tells you that though you were set at a handicap, you don't have the right to be given what you need to put you at least on equal footing with others who've already had the advantage for hundreds of years? This is not a handout. This is paying what you owe. Just like the government will sit there and they got their whole credit report system and dot, 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 for dot, that sits there and tells you how much they owe, how much you owe, or how much debt you in. Half of your motherfuckers in debt now. And they'll tell you all of that. Meanwhile, they don't even practice what they preach because the fucking United States been in debt for several years. And they still collecting money hand over fist. Ain't nobody jacking up their interest rate. But because you allow this stuff to happen, it keeps happening to you. It might seem too big to you, like it's overwhelming, like you can't manage it, but it's doable. All of those things you saying right now to yourself as you listening to me is nothing but excuses. If you want to do something, you get up and you make the shit fucking happen. There's no excuse. I'm not a millionaire, but you can't tell me I don't look like $1 million motherfucking dollars. That's nothing but hard work and intelligence. And I have my lady who's a great teammate, and we work together and make things happen. Because we're going to be all types of places. Sit back and watch us because the movie's going to be great to watch. Because me and her are going to live life. We do our job as parents, and it's about doing our job for us too. Because we got to live and enjoy this beautiful blessing we were given called life. And I think, especially if you're a person that has any kind of faith on your side, you would think that you would take pride in the creation that you were given of being here and take some pride in yourself and feel an obligation to try to get the most out of this life possible. That means getting up and putting in the effort to make sure that you, your children, and everybody around you can be better for your existence. And vice versa, they should be doing for you. But you don't wait for somebody else to do it. I'm not waiting for somebody else to get on here and talk. I got up here on myself. It's 3:30 in the morning where I am. I'm not doing this because I'm crazy. I mean, yeah, maybe I'm a little crazy. My brain always active. But my thing is, at the end of the day, I'm on here because this is something that matters to me. And again, this isn't hate speech. I don't have nothing against no other race. If you, like I said, I have a problem with the ancestors of the motherfuckers who did whatever they did. But I'm not going to blame it on the people that's here now unless they do something to me or my people that I don't like. They're just a human being just like me trying to get around on this ride. I work with anybody. I don't care. The only reason I had a little problem, the only reason I left the other job I was at when I was doing that and I jumped right into something else. And I'm still making mine. And you know why that happened? Because I never allow excuses to enter my head. Even if I get frustrated about something, whatever, I muster myself, I dig deep, and I push forward. And the problem is, people don't have that kind of determination these days. It's like a bunch of babies were raised here where everybody just sits there, lays on their back, feels sorry for themselves. Now, many times people hit me up, they talking about, oh, they need to do this, or they asking for money for that, or whatever the case may be. And I'm looking like I'm scraping just like you. I'm a human being just like you. I know nerve of me to be sitting here like this and be like, oh, I'm scraping. I'm not scraping like I'm struggling, but I mean, I'm working for my shit just like you is. I was handed scraps and had to turn them into something else just like you did. The difference is there ain't a force other than God himself that's going to push me down and keep me down. Because I don't answer to no man. I never back down to one, never kneel to one. The only time I'm a kneel is if I'm proposing or if I'm freaking saying a prayer to God. Other than that, I stand on my 2 feet planted strong into the motherfucking ground. I'm a proud black man that's very proud of the life that I was brought up into. For every fight, struggle, hard time, or hardship, whatever, I would never take any of it back or try to change it. The only thing I ask of people is to be stronger, be more aware, and to do better for themselves. Because the problem is, when I travel this world and I look at things like this, like, it just blows my mind to think to myself, I got to go back to the United States eventually, because I ain't going back yet. But when I do go back, I got to look and then see my people still being second-class citizens all over the fucking place in a country that they built. And in my case, it's a double insult to me because my grandmother was Native American. She is Native American and black, half and half. She had a little French blood in her too. But 2/3 of her ancestry, 2/3 of my ancestry built this country or bled and died on this soil. But I'm not entitled to anything that should be given to me because my people were fucked. But other races can go through a little bit of suppression, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And not to say they ain't entitled to it, because they are. Let them have what they get. But the thing is, all I ever say is, what about us? A dog could get killed in the street and get more respect and more time in jail for killing that dog than killing a black person. They'll look and say, let them monkeys kill themselves. Let them animals police each other. We ain't gonna bother with them. We'll clean up the mess afterwards and lock everybody up. This is the kind of situations that we are existing in. If you're tired of that, don't wait till tomorrow. It is early enough today. It's a weekday. Get your asses up. Do some research on your own. Don't take my word for it. But make an active thing, and please still have fun. Look at your funny videos. Do all that shit. That's cool. I do it too. But all I say is please take a little time for a little bit of awareness. Because at the end of the day, this is your country. You need to live in it too. You have every bit as right to get the same opportunities put in front of you that others don't, that others have got. You should not be able to, there should not be one place you walk into in that country and not say, and say that you feel awkward. What do you feel awkward for? You walk into the bank, you got to hem and haw and hope that they might give you a loan. Why am I begging a bank that had to use my motherfucking tax dollars to bail it out just a few years ago? You should be handing me a loan on a gold fucking platter, saying thank you, because it was you and people like you that helped me, which is why I still am in business. But they don't do that. But when they get in trouble, they get reparations. It's called motherfucking bailout plan, baby. Why are you folks sleeping? Wake up. It ain't that hard. This is stuff that you gotta realize is not gonna go away. You can ignore me, you can pop in, say, oh, he's talking crazy, he's rattling on, and then go back to watching your little goofball video or whatever. But at the end of the day, this is still gonna be here. And it's starting to affect you more and more. It's creeping on you. The gas price thing really hurt a lot of people because that shit jacked up everything through the roof. Most of y'all ain't got electric cars. And even if you do, electricity and gas ain't that far apart in the way that they're produced for the most part in this country. So just keep in your head that those electric prices are going to go up too, if they haven't already for some of you. You have to realize you can't just allow those in power, which are only in power thanks to you. The reason why they listen to big business and not you is because none of you form enough of a formidable wall of finance to which creates a strong position for you to hold where they will turn and say, oh shit, I gotta pay attention to these people. That's why I always have respect for the Jewish community. They went through a whole fucking Holocaust and they bounced back damn good. You know why? Because they worked together. They came together. They have their own communities, their own hospital, their own police. They got all that shit. And nobody stops them and says, oh, hey, you can't do that or whatever. You know why that happens? Because they're a unified front. They're not a big majority. They're a minority just like us. Half of them actually agree with me and people like me. Don't hate on them. Because like I said, I respect the way that they do things. I don't necessarily agree with every practice they have. I don't agree with every practice a lot of people have. But the thing is, I respect their structure. That's why I always refer to them. They will work together and pull each other up, or pull each other up, hook each other up, Get it. We don't never do that. You see somebody like me on here, yo, I got 1,000 people. I need all y'all just to throw $5 at me. Now I'll spend more on a cup of coffee. And I'm not asking for nothing right now. I'm just using this as an example. Because I've seen it happen 1,000 times on different people's podcasts, different people's networks, different people just trying to build a business, do anything. Things that would have benefited you and your community. Yo, I just need donations. What happens? Everybody looks at shit. I ain't putting no money for him. Who's this Negro? Y'all doing y'all whole Bojangles dance. And guess what happens? That person's thing falls apart. Bada boom, bada bing. Nothing comes of it. How many of you have lost somebody from cancer? I can raise my hand twice. Had a whole black woman came up with a way that's about 85% more effective than chemo. Almost no side effects, nothing. Somehow she figured out a way to turn cellular technology into a way to snipe out cancer cells in the human body and rid the cancer from them. It's one of the closest things to a cure we've had outside of some stuff that I'm not going to mention on here, that we've had in a long time. Old girl asked for donations. She got some, but she was very specific. If she doesn't get a certain number and she has to go to big business, they're going to end up suppressing her shit, because at the end of the day, they make more money off of you if you stay alive, but you struggle to hold on. They like to keep you sick and weak and dependent. It's the same thing they do with the social media. They like to keep you distracted. It's the same thing with the food. They like to keep you alive, but they're going to give you some food that's going to make you just sick enough to keep having to drag your ass to a doctor so they can give you something to keep you just alive enough to buy more shit. They're the biggest dope dealers in the fucking game. And whether they are killing you with the food, killing you with the mind fucks, killing you financially, or killing you mentally, they are killing you some kind of motherfucking way. Y'all don't see this. And it's tiring. It's time for you people to wake up. I'm not coming on here talking about relationship stuff and chuckling about submerging your ass and all that shit is funny. And all that shit is true, because some of y'all is stanky, y'all need to wash. Been around enough folks to tell you that's very true. Have some pride in yourself. Take a shower twice a day. Do the world a favor. Anyway, that aside, this is the kind of shit that I'm about. This is what matters to me. And this is the level of expectation I'm going to have for all of you. Because if I don't see a change from our people, I don't want to hear nothing about y'all crying when you're talking about how expensive everything is. Oh, I live in New York City and things is through the roof. You allowed it to get there. Oh, look, there's more police harassing us. Y'all voted for this guy? He's a former cop. What did you think he was going to do? Take police off the streets? What are you, dumb? You gotta wake up, man. And he's a black man. I don't give a fuck what color you is. I'm talking about agenda supported government. If they're going to be working for us, they're going to need to be elected by us. Do you know how that happens? We stand together and we stand firm on a point. But I have said as much as I'm going to say, because I am now going to go enjoy my vacation. I will not be back on here until maybe next week. Maybe Sabrina will grace y'all with her presence if she feels up to it. She's been very busy with things lately, which is why she's not been on here. It's no issues. Just in case anybody's wondering. She's just been busy. Because motherfuckers be busy. But I really need y'all to take this in, because there's no more tomorrow. Don't say I'm going to do it tomorrow. Do it today. Change your situation and hope that you can make a difference for the better. Always keep your faith and your strength at your side, and nothing else will be able to defeat you. So that's what I say to myself every day. No matter whether times is hard or soft, things are good or bad, that's something that I never let shake That's the growth that I've made as a person. I really hope that many of you can find your own spiritual center to ground yourselves and really do your research so that things like this never happen again. Because we're heading in a direction that's really not going to end well for us, and you need to be aware of that. So I really hope that y'all start taking a chance to redirect this shit before it crashes into the damn wall. But like I said, it's up to y'all. Please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel, because this convos like this and things that are going to be beneficial to you, your families, your future, and so on and so forth, is going to be on this, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So I need y'all to do that for real. I asked everybody to do it. I invited everybody to do it. I literally put up a whole thing and took the time to tag all 300 and some odd 400 of y'all on this fucking thing. And I didn't even get 50% of y'all to do it. This ain't the kind of showing that's going to be happening if I'm going to continue to come up on here. Well, actually, that's not true. I still come up on here. But the point is, I want y'all to start showing that you have some awareness of how these numbers matter. Start making things like this go viral instead of some girl twerking her ass and making a monkey out of herself, which is a poor representation of our people, because we are more than just chicks with juicy lips, full tits, and big asses, or big ass dudes with dicks swinging down to their fucking kneecaps. We are more than that. We're more than just athletes that can bounce a basketball and slam it in the. We are more than that. We are more than entertainment. So I need y'all to recognize that. So hopefully this registers. Again, like I said, the like, share, and subscribe situation, that's on y'all. I'll see how y'all respond to this. Either way, this is the kind of conversation that's going to be had. It's not going to just be about, talking about women and their issue, men and their issues, because this ain't that. This ain't going to be just about that. There's other pages you can go to and just listen to somebody rattle on about what somebody ain't doing all the time. I'm talking about things that we need to be doing. But anyway, I'll holler at y'all. Have a good night. And hopefully y'all enjoying yourselves and staying warm over there, because that weather. Anyway, I'll holler at y'all. Peace.